LA Knight slaps down Kevin Nash on last week's SmackDown. So this is a bit old, but it's going to play into something
Yep.
else. He said on SmackDown during in-ring segment, if I was a complete moron, I'd say, look at the adjective, play. But I'm not, so I'll say, look at the verb. So you know what that reference is, don't you?
No, not really. I was going to ask you, what's that reference?
Kevin Nash, very famously, when he was going into WCW to form the NWO, he says, look at the adjective, play. Because the WCW slogan was where the big boys play. But the thing is, play is a verb, not an adjective.
Mm-hmm.
So Kevin Nash had some sort of English literature blunder there on that, and somehow that's become a meme almost 30 years later.
Still don't get it.
That's fine. We'll move on. Kevin Nash also said, and I'm not sure if he's trying to book his own angle or if he's just trying to do what we do and just amuse ourselves on a podcast and also try and get the odd headline and try and get extra views, is that he seems, by giving CM Punk grief, this is Kevin Nash talking about, that he's comparing levels of toxicity of CM Punk to the Ultimate Warrior. So the quote is, he's already put himself on the mantle right next to the Ultimate Warrior. Nash said, you're sucker punching Luke Perry's son. But, I don't know, toxic-wise, CM Punk or Ultimate Warrior for you?
Ultimate Warrior. I mean, nobody... I mean, I always, and I've made this plain, I always stayed in my lane. And I knew Warrior when he first started. He was horrible. And I can proudly say today, he never improved. I mean, he's doing the same stuff he did in his first match because he never attempted to learn anything else. And you know why he never attempted to learn? I don't think Vince wanted him to learn. I think Vince wanted him exactly like he was, just all pumped up and going in there and grabbing the ropes and shaking it and running around like a cartoon figure, which is what he was. But he was horrible then when he started. He's horrible now, and
well, he's dead
he's
now.
The most when he before he died or before he stopped wrestling. He was horrible. He never improved at all, and he was toxic. Because he'd go in the dressing room, and I guess he dressed by himself. He had no friends. He had nobody traveling with him, anything. And he would talk to Vince and some of the agents and the referee, and that's it. I don't know who else says there was really Ultimate Warrior's friend, because when I was around him, he didn't have any. Now, Sting, they broke in together, but I don't think they were that close, because when they went to Mid-South, and they was both there at the same time, when they left, I think Sting went to WCW, and I think Warrior went to Dallas to World Class, and that's where they split. So, and then, of course, Vince heard about him, and he took Ultimate Warrior. He didn't take Sting, and he didn't take Sting because the Turner Group in those days, they wanted Sting, and they paid him to stay. And those guys are probably two of the luckiest guys with I'll say Warrior, with the least bit of talent available, and they made millions. Now, Sting was about 10 times better than Warrior, but Sting only did a certain move set anyway. Sting relied on just the gimmick Sting and beating his chest and to get over, and he did get over, and Warrior got over. So, but they were lucky in a way that they came along at just the right time.
Specifically speaking, so you said toxic, right? So we've milked it for all it's worth, the CM Punk story. We've got lots of views out of it as well, in fact. But, that's what we're doing, obviously. And there's, I don't know, one person calls someone toxic from their point of view. What is toxic? That's one thing we can argue about, I'm sure, or agree on. But you said with Ultimate Warrior, and in WWF in 1996, now you were there for his entire run, 5 fabulous months with the Ultimate Warrior, where he barely turned up, and then he had disagreement with Vince, and then he disappeared again. Did you... In that 1996 period when you were managing Bradshaw, did you see Ultimate Warrior at all, basically?
I can't remember.
So he was just completely
no,
cut off.
Well, I just know the guy. I know that even trying to, excuse me, even trying to talk to him was difficult because he just look at you like, what are you saying? Or you were left trying to debate amongst yourself if he was getting anything at all from what you were saying. Excuse my cough. I probably got the virus again that I've had off and on for seemed like 5 months.
No, when you get a virus that you like, you really stick with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I'm looking for. A virus I like and I can live with. But and Sting never really. He had some friends, but very few. Because both these guys are they're kind of odd in a way. Sting is not really outgoing, and unless he really knows you really, really well. And he may be, but I've never seen him. I mean, I've never seen Sting kind of have a good time and chuckle and laugh and carry on. He doesn't drink. I don't think and Ultimate Warrior doesn't drink, not that I know of. But these guys are just odd puppies, I think.
Is CM Punk toxic? Or is he just right, surrounded by wrong people?
I like CM Punk. You can talk to him. He can come up to you, and I kind of get him because he has a different type humor about him. I kind of get that. And he got in the wrestling business the right way. He worked for it, went through that Ring of Honor thing. Then he went to WWF, I guess. Yeah.
No, he went to
no, he was
TNA.
WWE.
He went to TNA for a short while as well.
Very, very short.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a month. Maybe. That's when they were still doing TV at the old Fairgrounds Arena. That's where he got in a fight with Teddy Hart.
Yeah.
I've talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was gone. And he did talk favorably about me. Because when I called him over there, I said, all right, this is what I want you guys to do. I'll work it out. And I give it to him. And then I left him. See, an agent is just supposed to give the outcome of the match and help them work through some rough spots. It's up to the talent to get through this match and accomplish what it was intended to accomplish. And he was good at that. He was very good.
I'm going to blow your mind here. CM Punk was in TNA for... Okay, so he had a couple of matches in 2002, which I didn't know. They were all just gauntlet matches. There was one time in January 2003, and then from May 2003 till February 2004, he was there for like 8 months. Would you believe?
No, I don't believe. They may list him like that, but I don't remember him. My recollection, I mean, you can say anything there, but I don't think he was. I don't think he was there for 6 months. I really don't.
Well, there you go. If he was more toxic, you'd remember him.